And your boy is back. We're back.
We're going up against a pretty good defense here.
Mismatch, though.
Oh, they're doubling him.
We
Looking over
here.
the floor. The clock running down here. He's going to have to hoist it. Way outside. Oh, he put it down! What a shot! At the buzzer! Right down the middle, baby!
What I'm here to do, folks. At the buzzer. Down, like my boy Chris Smooth used to say. Too bad we don't shoot, Jack. We do not shoot. We do not have the genetics to shoot the rock consistent. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and lower this, see what they can talk
And 2K Sports welcomes you to the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg. Glad to have you on board. The fans are making noise here at Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Hawks getting settled in. Now let's check out the T-Mobile starting lineups. And now let's take a second to talk about the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. Clark, looking at the Magic, what do they need to do to secure a win?
Well, Kevin, free throws are a big concern. They're a team that struggled at the line. They were dead last in free throw percentage last season. That can make a big difference down the stretch in a close game. So we'll see if it's a factor.
On the other side, Clark, we talk about Atlanta. What about them? What do they need to do to secure a win?
But it don't stop what we really can. My player. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McLoven. Go tune in to DR32 Feeling Herself. New music release dropped last month. Still a lot of more tapes. Got the Camp with a Friend. All types of stuff. Got a lot of singles. Mingles. You know, a whole lot of jingles.
You ever wonder why Steve Nash licks his hands? I met him at the 2004 All-Star Game in Los Angeles and asked him just that.
Oh, no, we ain't
He said, I lick my fingers because I don't like when my hands get slick. Licking my fingers helps me keep a good grip on the ball.
Yeah, we put that little one on that offhand. Don't worry. Because every little thing is gonna be record 2 or more stills. Oh, and we back starting, y'all. But oh shit. Here we go again.
And let's check out the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. Now, Clark, as you look at the Wizards, what do you think will be the key for them?
Mbamute could be the X factor, so they can't lose track of him. The NBA hardwood is one of the few places where stealing is encouraged, and he's the master. If you get casual with the ball around him, he'll pick your pocket.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What do they need
Oh, we
to do
got
to
Gil
secure a
on us
win?
today, y'all.
And one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all?
Got a big guard.
So unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
And here are the Bucks here. After Caron Butler's buckets to the low block, hits the jumper.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the
I
occasion.
promise you, Gil is not scoring like that. No, we're not allowed it. We're not allowed it. We're not allowed it. I'm locking my man up. Talking about Agent Z or
Here's
Agent
Floyd
McLove.
in close. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Mbamute.
You know, taking a look at Randy Foye, this guy was a 2006 Big East Player of the Year. And what he brings to the table is he's a combo guard. He's strong, he's aggressive, and he's really got a scorer's mentality, although he's a playmaker also.
He knocks down the first one. Gets them both. So it's Milwaukee now. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
You look at where they really impacted the flow in this one, and it was in getting a hold of the loose ball and taking advantage of the lack of ball control at the other end of the court.
Warwick inside. He's up against Jamison. Takes the turnaround Jay. Cannot hit. And Washington will go the other way, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Look at what they did in the fourth quarter. I mean, they just went to sleep. Totally non-committal basketball. They allowed the big comeback.
And here is Butler. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. 5 on the shot clock.
You have to play smart with the
They ain't
ball
want
in
to
your
rock,
hand.
y'all.
Red
You got a free one.
finished off
You
the
got a
break.
free
Boy,
one.
Kevin, M. Red has a unique
gonna
release,
expose
but he
your
works
arm.
hard at
You
it.
gonna
It's a
take
quick
him out.
trigger, and it's really kind of unorthodox. But the bottom line is, he's a career 40% three-point shooter, so you can't leave him alone behind the arc.
Butler on the wing. He's guarded by Mbamute. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. So it's Milwaukee now. And against Washington here for the second time this season.
This team got them into some real foul trouble last time they met them. That's going to be something to look out for in this one.
Here's 4. He had 15 points last outing. Starters, Clark, picking up a few quick fouls. It just throws off your whole game.
Yeah, you don't really game plan for a couple of your main guys to be on the bench so soon. Those guys have to defend without fouling because it puts too much pressure on the reserves if they can't play their normal minutes.
And here are the Bucks now. Gilbert Arenas hitting it to go from deep. To 0 from 17 feet out. That's good.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
The Wizards with the lead. Here's Arenas. Sinks the open shot. He has 5.
When you consider Gilbert Arenas, there's a lot to consider. This guy is an all-star, a perennial all-star. But recently, he's had some issues with knee surgery. Out of Arizona, only a second-round draft choice. He's trying to regain his superstar form.
And Washington has possession following the bucket by the Bucks. Jamison, a screen, off the pick, finishes with the soft touch.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
Now Mbamute, defended by Butler. Michael Renner's on the wing. The handoff to Warwick. 6 seconds to shoot.
Looked like he had the angle. That's a bad miss that close to the goal.
Picked his pocket. The Bucks trail. The break is on. Inside, here's Red, kept alive.
He doesn't have a lot of game with his back to the basket, but that time he found a way to get it done in there. That's a pretty good move for a guy you don't expect to score in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Quickly, let's check out the Eastern Conference standings, the season in full bloom. You look at the Wizards. Right now they're in 7th in the conference, looking to build on their record. And checking out Milwaukee, 8 games out.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys.
Here's Arenas. Last game he had 28 points. Blatch backs in. From 18 feet away, and that one's good. So it's Milwaukee now. They trail by 3. Peaches buries the short-range jumper. Here's Arenas. He's got 5. 25 seconds left in the first. The dump off to 4. Fires from 14. Too much mustard on that one.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
The Wizards with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say? They play terrific offensively. Nonetheless, their interior defense has plenty of room for improvement. They're giving up too many points in the paint.
It's the end of the first, and we have a shootout. The score still close, 15-14. All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second. Now Calderon, averaging 9 points per contest. We hope you're going to tune into the NBA on Christmas Day from Amway Arena in Orlando. We'll see the Magic. The Boston Celtics come into town. It all starts at 2:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
Butler hits the reach-in call. That's his first foul.
Looking at when I first started paying attention to lineups
Now
in
Calderon.
24, bro, most of these niggas was already when I started giving the fuck.
Here's Arenas.
Shoot that.
Dumps it off. Here's Butler. Sticks it from 17 feet. 6 points for him.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke. Outstanding job there to contest the shot and grab the
Man,
ball. That's how you play defense.
Here's Foy. Gets it to rattle in. Nice shot by the four-year man out of Villanova. Here comes Calderon.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Great anticipation. Here comes Calderon. Red rips it down with one hand.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Milwaukee. Washington calls timeout. Let's now take a look at what happened yesterday around the NBA. Golden State with the road win. The Grizzlies losing in Memphis. The 76ers grab one on the road. The Wizards unable to defend at home. Out in Charlotte, the Bobcats pick up the win. Detroit taking the loss there. And that's all we have for you right now. 5 on the shot clock. To the inside. Here's McGee and makes it. Astonishing.
They're going for the jugular with the lead here. I mean, they've increased the number of outside shot attempts. They're looking to bury him with the three.
Here's Alexander. Drops it in on the layup.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
And here comes Arenas. 5 points in the game. We hope you're going to tune into the NBA on Christmas Day. And the Phoenix Suns. They'll be hosting the Los Angeles Clippers. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
You're right. And Washington has possession following the bucket by the Bucks. McGee gets in close. No good. And it's Milwaukee the other way. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
To 4. Oberto backs down. Gets the post shot to fall.
That's a good look. Very nice look.
And here are the Bucks now. Trailing by 2. 0. From close range, laid in softly off the glass. 8 points for him.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
Here's Arenas. Knocks down the open jumper.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
Here comes Arenas. 7 points in the game. From just inside the arc, Arenas can't hit.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Can't hit.
This has been a fast-paced game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. That's it for the first half. The score all tied at 28. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Bucks have been making smart passes and avoiding turnovers.
Well, it's their excellent ball control that's kept them in the game. If they can keep that up, it could make the difference down the stretch.
Zero has started off well.
To say the least, Kevin, he's been lighting up that scoreboard, and he's our top scorer.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. And here are the Bucks now. Thomas to the perimeter. 6 seconds to shoot. For the lead, lays it right in.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable. I got him.
To Oberto. Five on the shot clock. Here's Foy, kept alive. Oberto, count it, the rebound pays off. 6 points for him.
You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
To Warwick, he's up against Jameson. The jump hook, the shot misses, and it's the Wizards taking it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly. Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Here's Arenas. A missed 3.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, and I thought it was a pretty good look.
Here is Mbamute, lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. Sweet touch by the 2-year man out of UCLA. Tie ball game. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Youth basketball in this country, Clark, always trying to find an edge, better training methods, more games, better coaching. How would you say it compares to the way young basketball players are being guided through the European leagues, European coaches, European schools, to the U.S. school, the U.S. system?
Well, you know what? It's really interesting. I'm not quite as familiar with how European players are trained other than what I've read and heard from other people. And there seems to be more of an emphasis on instruction and really developing players as opposed to trying to make kids pros too early. In the U.S., I think because there's so much coverage, because there's so much attention paid to high school recruiting, there's a tendency for young players to get caught up and distracted by the glamour of being a basketball player as opposed to the process of developing their skills. And I think that's detrimental to the players in the U.S. system.
Here's Arenas. He's got 7. Miller. And here is Butler. Here's Arenas. Miller drains it from short range. They're up 47-46. The Bucks trail. Peaches backs him down. Shoots from the post. Scooped up. Outright. Here's Calderon. Drains the open look.
Wow. It's been all offense all game. Everybody's got the hot hand.
Arenas takes it up. Counts.
I love his tenacity and aggressiveness on offense. He's lightning quick and loves to take it to the rim.
So it's Milwaukee. They trail by 1. Here's Red. Yes! And the foul. It's on Caron Butler. The Bucks going with a new group. Good for the three-point play.
Well, Kevin, you know I've got to give some love to a fellow Buckeye. M. Red, Michael Red, the sweet-shooting lefty from Columbus, Ohio, and the Ohio State University. Boy, he went down with injury late in the season for Milwaukee, and like Bogut, that hurt the Bucks because this guy is a classy performer, a leader, a lethal scorer, and a clutch shot maker. They missed all of that when he went down.
Jamison with it, averaging 16 points a game.
That was a golden opportunity to knock the game up, Kevin. In the fourth quarter, you've got to execute and knock down big shots.
Now, Mucha, a two-point game.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Washington trailing. Bucket. Shot misses. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Red down low.
That's too easy. He's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
And it's Washington's ball. 6-point game. High post. To Blatch. Kisses it off the glass and in. They close the gap to 4. Milwaukee in the lead. Here is Mbamute. Rebound by Butler. Here comes Arenas. He's got 11. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Michael Red.
That's his job. That's what he does. He clamps down on the shooter. He's one tough defender. Take it down, baby.
0. Thomas. Butler inhales it. Here comes Arenas, averaging 20 points per game. Here's Miller. The 3 won't fall.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
On the perimeter, the Bucks still hold a narrow lead.
It's a nail-biter, Kev. This one's coming right down to the wire. Both teams really matching up well on the board. We've got ourselves a pretty good game here, Kevin.
Butler down low to Jamison. From inside, gets the bucket and the foul. Blatch will get a well-earned rest. Can't complete the three-point play, and it's still a 2-point game. To the elbow. Here is Mbamute. Cannot hit. And Washington will go the other way. They've trailed by as many as 6. And I agree, not only matching up off the glass, but in scoring as well.
Yeah, and sometimes it really comes down to maybe 3 or 4 possessions, a couple of consecutive second chance opportunities, maybe a couple of stops. That ends up maybe perhaps making a difference, Kevin.
Less than 1 minute left.
Big-time basket in the clutch, Kevin.
The Wizards take a full timeout. They're down by 4. 41 seconds left to the 4th. McGee is in at center. Here's Arenas. 11 points in the game. From short range. And it's Butler missing. The Bucks with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's giving them a big lift in this one.
The Wizards need every bucket to have a chance. Miller laid in softly off the glass. And here are the Bucks now. They lead by 4. The Wizards will go for the intentional foul. They still got to foul them a second time to get into the penalty and send them to the strike. The Wizards will foul to stop the clock.
Good decision, Kev. They're playing against 2 opponents now. The other team plus the shot clock.
Off target on the first. McGee is in at center. Sinks the second, and that puts them up by 5. The Wizards call timeout here and take their last 22nd timeout. They're losing by 5. 20 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Kevin, they need to launch a quick one here. No time to get fancy. Keep it simple. Then they have to foul.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by the Bucks. Here's Petrus all alone. Puts it in for 2.
Put a fork in him, Kevin. This one's over.
McGee is in at center. And here is Butler. 12 points for him. To Jamison. Butler over Red. Mba Amute snatches it inside. Petrus with it. The Bucks win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Wizards 64-55. 0 is the Jordan Brand player of the game and some solid numbers.
Well, he was the initiator and the playmaker for their offense, Kevin. He kept his head up.
Time for us to say goodbye. For Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.
There really isn't much I can critique you on following that performance. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. I've always stressed the importance of good shot selection. It's nice to see that you don't give away possessions with bad shots. Additionally, I was impressed with all your assists. Good, solid passing is the core to a fluid offense. That's probably enough tooting your horn for now. Keep up this level of play.
You got almost a double-double, man. On to the next. San Antonio.
Let's check out the Sprite Ice Cold keys to the game. And looking at San Antonio, what's the key against the Bucks?
Well, Kev, it's all about valuing the pumpkin. Take care of the ball. They've been dominating over the last 6 games. The turnover story has really been important. Minimizing the turnovers, squeezing the orange. They've gotten much better in that area. As a result, they're more efficient. The one thing you've got to try to do is disrupt their rhythm and flow. Make them uncomfortable. Try to force them into mistakes.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What should they key on?
And one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all this year?
Unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
Here's Parker following the bucket by the Bucks. Over Red. Parker's shot is off. And here are the Bucks now. And against San Antonio here for the second time this season.
Well, you look at the numbers when they lost that last time, the big difference was at the foul line.
And so here is San Antonio. Ginobili with the ball. Guarded by Red. Releases. Clark, later in the game, you need to get to the line.
I think you're right, Kevin. You want to get that ball to the rim. Your backcourt needs to drive the ball to the basket, get some fouls racked up on the other team's big people, get a couple of easy points at the foul line. That's how you turn the end game in your favor.
That's just good strategy.
Excellent strategy when you can execute.
Here are the Spurs with the ball, fresh from a win against Portland.
Kevin, I think it sort of came down to the fact they did not have to deal with a lot of pressure from the defense they were facing. Had they been up against a good defense, it could have easily been a different story.
Here is Mbamute, kisses it off the glass and in.
These guys are doing an excellent job on offense here at the start of this game. Good shots leading to 4 or 5 shooting.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Some adjustments for both teams. Here's Parker. Right now averaging 25 points a game. Parker can't put an end to the run.
Oh, and they're looking a little tense to me to start this game. 0 for 4 from the field so far.
To Thomas. Mbamute dumps it off. The dump off to Mbamute. Here's Petrus. Can't extend the lead to double digits.
Given his sorry shooting touch, you'd think he'd know better than to put that shot up. Well, there's another reminder. And they finally get on the board. They certainly have struggled to start this game.
And here is Thomas. Here's Red. No luck on the three-point attempt. San Antonio trailing here. Screen by Duncan. Shinobu buries the short-range jumper.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Milwaukee in the lead.
Well, the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, he'll miss some of those even when he's wide open.
Here's McDice. No good. And the Bucks going the other way right now. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive out, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. And you look at Parker, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
Those who shoot high percentages usually take good shots, and that's exactly what he does. He only takes the shots that he feels like he can make. And more times than not, he...
And it's the Spurs with the ball. They trail by 6. Here's Calderon.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Yes, and the foul. He completes the three-point play. The Bucks with the turnover. Quickly, let's check out the Eastern Conference standings, the season in full bloom. You look at the Hawks. Right now, they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And checking out Milwaukee. They have a lot of ground to make up. Manu. What a big-time shot to beat the buzzer.
You got to be cool and confident to hit a shot like that. He is, and he delivered.
We've got a tie ball.
Slow motion. Now nobody wants to go. That ain't helping.
All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second.
Get your nose off the camera.
Here's Parker. Make sure to prepare for the new year the right way. Basketball on New Year's Eve. We'll see Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks as they travel to Houston to take on the Rockets. That one's going to start at 6 o'clock.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. Duncan, a screen. 6 seconds to shoot. Swing pass. It's Roger Mason on the wing. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Jose Calderon got just the right seasoning overseas, played 6 years European basketball, a perfect entree to the NBA.
That seasoning led to experience, and that experience led to efficiency. He's one of the most efficient backcourt players in the NBA. Assist-to-turnover ratio extremely high. Excellent three-point shooter. Outstanding free throw shooter. And always seems to be under control when he's out there running the show.
And here are the Bucks now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. To Calderon. Here's Thomas. The 10-footer nails the bank shot. Nice bucket by the 15th-year veteran out of TCU. Here's Jefferson. Hits. Nice pass leading into the bucket.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
So it's Milwaukee now. Red. Now Calderon. Right wing. Now Mbamute. Guarded by Mason. Mbamute can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs ball. Trailing by 2. Mason. And that is good. And we're now all tied up at 14. And here are the Bucks now. Here's Calderon. Plays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
Now that's a nice dime. What a dime. He dished it inside, and it was right on target.
Here's Parker. Easy shot. Parker's shot is off.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
To Mbamute. Jefferson is right there. Here's Calderon. A missed 3.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Make sure to prepare for the new year the right way. Basketball on New Year's Eve. We'll see Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. They'll play host to the Miami Heat. That game gets going at 6 o'clock Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. Stolen away by Jefferson.
It's hard to make a pinpoint pass from that far away. He couldn't get a hold of it.
Ginobili.
What a shot!
8 points for him.
And he gets another one here in the second.
Turn over
He
the
can
ball.
be dangerous from outside. Watch out.
Tipped. San Antonio leading.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
The break is on. Here is Mbamute. Drops it in on the layup.
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
San Antonio calls timeout. While we've got a moment here, the top free throw shooters in the league. You take a look at Calderon. Deadly on the strike. Someone you do not want to foul.
Boy, his routine is flawless. He does the same thing every time, and the result is pretty much the same. Cash money from the strike.
And here is
Whoa.
Hill. 1:10 left in the second.
Did y'all just see that? Yo, Chad. Are you telling me that we are playing our custom roster Hawks in my career?
Great jump on the dump inside.
It's 1-on-1. Good for the three-point play. And here is Mason. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Down low. Here's Ginobili. Hits the tray. 11 points in the game.
The fast break left the defense discombobulated. As a result, he has the open three.
Gotta check some shit out.
Red from short range. Graceful finish.
Out.
They're in front,
We gotta
27
see
to
why he's
24.
out.
Here's Parker.
Well, I don't know.
To Mason. Gets in close. Lays it right in.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Milwaukee in the lead.
Hey, heads up!
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Lakers. Long way to go still in the season, but even so, they've got the top spot. And of course, the San Antonio Spurs, 2.5 games away.
On top of it, Got the trigger ready. We breathe. Really.
He completes the three-point play. Ginobili with the ball. He's got 11. On the paint, here's Duncan. Thomas yanks it down off the glass. The Bucks still holding on to a small lead.
It's anyone's game right now, partner. Every possession is critical. Nice job to advance the orange. Way to get it up court for the open finish.
San Antonio trailing here. Here's Ginobili. It's blocked. The Spurs maintain possession. Ginobili with the ball. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Got a piece of it. Turnover by the Bucks. It's one-on-one.
These guys are putting on the clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
And here comes Parker. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Around the league, here we go. A recap from yesterday. Out in Portland, the Trailblazers pick up the win. Loss for the Nuggets. It was success for the Celtics on the road as the Magic drop one at home. A good game for the Suns at U.S. Airways Center as the Los Angeles Clippers are defeated. And that's all we have for you right now. And here are the Bucks here. The Spurs missing that time. Bell's shot is good.
These guys are in the zone. They're taking it over.
The Spurs looking for a basket to put an end to this run.
Yeah, they need a bucket soon before this gets out of hand.
And here is Mason. Parker. Hands it off.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their third turnover in this quarter. On defense, San Antonio. It's a 10-point game. Bell. Duncan corrals it, but that's only his second rebound so far. These turnovers can pile up, like you were saying, Clark, and when you cough up the rock, you're forfeiting possessions.
Empty trips, we call them, Kevin, and that's exactly what they've been doing right now. You've got to be aware of where the defense is, and you also have to be ready to be patient and make good decisions with the basketball.
So it's Milwaukee after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. And Baamute can't get it to go. 1:31 left in the third. Here's Parker, dumps it off. Here's Ginobili. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. We've got a moment to see the league leaders in steals. Well, you look at Manu Ginobili. Such quick hands, second in the NBA.
When it comes to pilfers, that's steals for you guys that don't understand the lingo here. He's the best in the league because he's quick, he's aggressive, and he anticipates. You combine those attributes, you got a guy that'll pick your pocket more times than not.
Now Calderon. averaging 8 points a game. Elson backs in. Baseline jumper, drops it in from 12 feet. Here are the Spurs with the ball, trailing by 10. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Hill. Kept alive.
Rebound.
The handoff to Ratliff. Leads him with the pass. And Jefferson gets it to go.
Easy look in the paint. The
I
defense
can't get big.
there.
Nobody just
An
got
ideal
big
time
on
to go 2 for 1. Every possession counts.
To Warwick. Elson. He's guarded by Hill. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot. Here, they'll want to hold for 1 shot.
Here's Ginobili in close. Gets the lay-in. 15 points in the game.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
Now Calderon. Elson backs him down. Here's Red. Misses the buzzer beater. We're at the end of the third quarter with the score 38-32. Zero has played his heart out. 16 points and 6 assists.
Yeah, it might not look all that imposing on the stat sheet, but if you're paying close attention, you can see the impact he's had on this game. He's going all out.
I need almost.
Okay, they're ready to begin the start of the fourth quarter. It's been an intense battle. Both teams unwilling to give ground. And here are the Bucks now. They've led by as much as 10. Thomas down low. Drains it from short range.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
Jefferson takes it up, laid in softly off the glass.
Not bad, partner. If he keeps this up and they can get a few stops, they should be able to narrow this margin.
Milwaukee in the lead. Petrus backs in. Fires from 14. Scooped up.
For a guy his size, he grabs a lot of rebounds, and this game's been no exception.
And here comes Ginobili. He's got 15. Here's Mason. Off the mark from 3.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Don't forget to tune in on New Year's Day. The New York Knicks will be on the road as they find themselves at Phillips Arena playing the Hawks. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
They're a lot of fun to watch right now.
You're right.
Hey.
And he makes the first one.
That's what I gotta go see after this game. Chat seen it pop up. It's in the clip. It's in the clip.
Gets them both.
Like top 5, I see all I seen like when I caught it and I heard it. The last one thing I see B Baggins popular leaving this like top 3. I was like, what? Hold on, I gotta go check now. If that jump like that, why the other 2 came?
Pinballs around and in. And they cut it to 6.
It's always a pleasure to watch a great shooter go to work. Give him a little elbow room, and it's automatic.
Now, Mbamute. He's got 8.
Yeah, I'm talking about like creative roster here.
Great pick there. The defender was
That's
stopping his track.
I gotta
That's why the Hawks are so good.
I gotta go see I gotta go check.
Bro, if the Hawks have
Duncan down low. Thomas is there.
my career franchise, that's nothing. Those are 2 different game modes. He should be out.
5 on the shot clock.
Why?
Manu.
It would make sense.
That's exactly the way you
That's why the
practice.
Hawks-
Hit the open man for the great look.
And here is Red. Right now averaging 27 points a game.
Point on yours and on us. It's a conspiracy.
Lead pass going inside.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
San Antonio trailing here. To Manu. Harper. Ginobili with the ball. Down low. Here's Ginobili. Tipped.
Man. Stop playing. Ginobili just tried it.
Milwaukee is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless this team starts defending with physicality, bodying up without
You look
foul.
dumb.
So it's Milwaukee. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Now, Mbamute. Jefferson is right there.
He detected the early opening there and took advantage. That's a smart decision.
Coach Popovich signals for a
They got
timeout.
20.
They're down by 10. 1:46 left in the fourth.
To make nobody look good.
Let's quickly go down to Cheryl Miller, who
That's
spoke
the
with
wrong
Coach
number.
Greg Popovich just moments ago.
Hey guys, he told his team that he wants them taking more shots from beyond the arc. He said, if you got a good look, fire it up. Don't be tentative. Just give them the green light. Back to you, Kev.
Okay, thanks. And here's Duncan. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Harper to the free throw line. Kept alive
Look at this. I can't get a board to save.
to Mason. Here's
All you
Duncan.
gonna do is-
Money with the post shot.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he
What
was
D
a
Rose
bit
say?
more
They
assertive.
make me back
The
for
Bucks
bitch. You're not
should
trying to
slow
score.
it down here and use some clock. To the middle, Thomas. The bucket was set up with the dish by Zero, and that gives him a double-double.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Here's Ginobili. Off from three-point land.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star
They don't
players.
ever let me call.
Shots good from Mbamute.
I think they've sealed this one.
Just Paul.
Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
To Jefferson.
But you know what's so funny? Right?
A three ball. Jefferson's shot is off.
I love
And here are
that.
the Bucks now. A
It's
12-point game.
Oh,
It's called for the travel, and they'll turn it over.
I forgot.
Mbamute really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's been pouring it on in the last few minutes and has been a force offensively. Things will really start to open up for his teammates now because he demands an awful lot of attention.
Here's Mason. Peaches grabs the rebound inside. The Bucks have this one well in hand, especially looking at the clock. Poked away. Hands it off to Zero.
What?
Thomas inside. Duncan on him.
We got this.
The Bucks walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Spurs 52-40. For his solid performance, Zero is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Yeah, he did an amazing job of seeing the play ahead of time and setting up his teammates with good looks. Great performance.
Let's go. It's gonna be our breakout year, chat. 2011.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
That was a serious game of hoop you just played. Way to go, man. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. The important thing to remember is not to lose your
What do you
focus.
mean you wanna shoot
When
at
that
them
happens,
other three
you'll begin to
breaks,
force
man?
bad shots.
locked his ass
Another
up.
thing I was impressed with was your ball distribution.
was out there
People
getting
love to
locked up,
score,
too.
and when you help them with that, they love that. Ultimately, if you can keep up that level of
Damn,
play,
George Hill,
good things will
this
happen.
the same nigga that ended up playing with Paul George them on that Pacers, nigga would have stayed.
2013? 2014?
Yeah, later on. Yeah. This nigga would have stayed with them, could have got a ring. Him and Richard Jefferson. Well, Richard Jefferson got one. Yes, sir. All right, but he scored so low. It made me feel bad. I got this the moment we've been waiting for, chat. We just witnessed some crazy shit during this video. I forgot the timestamp. It was probably like 40 some minutes still. Maybe 47, 48 minutes when it happened. Rosters.
Yeah, it's just your team. First loss, 28-1.
Gotta be. Here we go. Oh
Yep.
my God.
Yep. The Hawks will never need us. The Hawks will never need us, chat. No matter what position we make, they don't want us.
Where they doing this with an injured
You know why
Al
Isaiah
Horford?
Thomas was a
That
champion?
nigga got a sprain.
He understood the
injury.
importance of camaraderie and teamwork, as
Problem.
evidenced by this quote. Basketball
Only
is not
getting
played
3
simply
points. He
with
come in,
X's
drop
and
a
O's.
3 and get up
It's
out of
played
there.
with both trust and confidence.
A point 2
I might
rebound.
have to rewrite my history, chat. Them niggas got to get deleted. I can't even play with them niggas anywhere. They don't get to go to quick game. Y'all telling me y'all gonna bless my career every year? Bullshit. That's not happening.
Bro, those niggas finna be goated. Oh my.
I mean, I will never win a ring, chat. I will never win a ring unless I go to the Hawks. I'm finna delete this shit. Y'all finna see the end of Barry Baggins. His career has just came to a conclusion. I already told y'all I already was filming some type of way. It's not even my video. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. But here's the thing. It's over with. It's done, chat. It's over with.
This is crazy.
Jason Kidd
Good
on what
thing
it
this
takes
is
to make
McLoven.
it in the NBA. A lot of late nights in the gym,
Catch you
a
on the
lot of
flip
early
side,
mornings.
chat.
Especially
Heartbreak
when your friends are
after
going
dub.
out, you're going
What
to the
a
gym.
way to go
Those
out.
are the sacrifices that you have to make if you want to be an NBA basketball